protecting, a lot more work in protecting my inner child. Hey y'all, let's get right into it. I'm Chellina Achol. Today's topic of discussion will be the holiday blues. As I'm talking, I'm going to be doing my makeup as well. Okay, so let's talk about it. There's this one girl on TikTok. I'm gonna insert her TikTok.
The problem with moms and Christmas gifts is that they only want stuff that they can't have. They want you to be happy. Okay, girly. Not even Prozac could do that.
This is mascara I use for brush up my brows because I don't have any. So yeah, holiday blues. There's this song by Lumineers called Blue Christmas. This is the Sephora brow pencil of just a love lost. Holiday blues are tough. I think in general with seasonal depression and just lows, and if you're a student like me, end of semester stress, burnout, especially this year, we're in a pandemic. Who was really enjoying Christmas like that with Omicron all over the place? Thinking of just growing up in a dysfunctional family, holidays can be hard, especially American holidays. I'm an immigrant, I'm South Sudanese. Being South Sudanese, American holidays aren't the most popular. They're not celebrated as often. There's always a convention or a big conference or a fundraiser. A lot of times Sudanese people take the time off of work to take advantage of having getting together and having a community event. I do like the family time. I always grew up watching family sitcoms, and just the dynamic and just the unit and just the togetherness. I always admire that a lot. I wanted that for myself. So I kind of forced that American family holiday dynamic on my family when I was young. I'm kind of like a party planner. I always plan me and all my siblings' birthday party. Decorations, time, food, all that stuff. My mom would flip the bill, of course, because I was a kid. Thanksgiving, I would either do the cooking, ask my mom to buy this, or kind of pressure her into doing it. Something that was unfamiliar to her and guess wasn't usually a big priority. Little backstory, growing up in a dysfunctional family, holidays are hard. Growing up or suffering from mental illness in general, seasonal depression, holidays are hard. I think my takeaway from this is saying that it's okay to not be all put together during the holiday season. You're not alone. There's other people suffering and having a hard time during the holidays. For the most part, for winter break, I spent my time winter break from school recuperating, sleeping, trying to get recentered, trying to find a purpose again. I started running again, which has been nice. I'm putting some black eyeshadow up on top of it to just make my brows just stand out a little bit more. I do a lot reflecting or thinking in general. I daydream a lot. This holiday season, or even this end of the year, I've been thinking about a lot of old memories and a lot of friends and a lot of people that I've lost. I was using LA concealer, carve out my brows with this another double-edged brush. Okay, eyebrows are done. Gonna set them with some mascara. Holidays fall at the end of the year and you're thinking about different celebrations or different people in your life. It can be quite reflective. I like using concealer as an eyeshadow base. I quit my job the end of October. The beginning of November. Let's try this. It's made me think of, it gave myself time to slow down and think about where I was in life. Have you dealt with your problems, or are you just moving too fast to slow down and think about them? As a whole, this year didn't turn out the way I wanted to. I wanted it to be more transformative. It was a little bit, not as much as I had hoped. I'm using a dark brown just in here. I was taking 2 classes in a lab and I was working full-time, overtime actually, not even just full-time, on top of a second job. So I was exhausted. I like to stay busy because it kind of avoids thoughts and intrusive thoughts. I feel like I'm always trying to catch up. I feel behind a lot. Not even that there's no rush, that the faster I try and go to catch up is I'm gonna be missing out on my life, and it's not productive. It's not gonna work. You have to take things at your own pace. For my eyes, I'm just bringing back the natural color it is. I put like a crease color, a deeper color on the outside, a red one over here, kind of matches my undertone. What I'm saying is I spent the end of the year reflecting a lot and thinking about the friends I lost and the relationships that ended. And for a girl that has like 5 friends, that's a lot. Take into perspective, I'm like, Chellina, were you being too prideful? Was there something that you did? Could you, what part did you play? I know I had some conversations with my friends about the end. I like wanted some clarity, and they were like, oh, I did this because of that. And emotionally, like right away, I was like fucking devastated. I'm like, I already knew this. Why did I even ask? It was just interesting that to be considerate of the group that was there, you decided to leave me out. That hurt a lot. Swallowing my ego, and I'm like, I know my friends are that friend was less confrontational, and it was kind of easier. I think it was kind of like the safer option to make things happen the way she did. I'm very emotionally aware of situation. I'm trying to improve my emotional language because that's really cool. I am emotionally aware of how people are and their level, like their emotional literacy. I can tell after like a couple conversations, I'm like, oh, you haven't dealt with that, or like you're okay, like you see things from this lens, or whatever mind frame that you have. I just put some concealer there, brushed it out. It's gonna be a soft cut crease. That's what I'm doing. I was well aware of the type of person the person is and how they handle stressful situations, and I'm just like, oh, it's none of my business. Or like, Chellina, stop trying to get people to be more emotionally evolved or be more, we're all 25 plus, almost 30, or if not over 30 years old, and it's kind of, we're set in our ways, and also it's gonna cause more confrontation. It's not productive. If the person wants to, by any means, you can help them and guide them and support them, but they have to want that. And the way my friend was, she was not ready for it, or she has like her own conclusions that she made about people in the world based off of her upbringing that I wasn't gonna change. But I'm like, it didn't affect our friendship, so I'm just like, oh, whatever, brush it off. It's no big until it does. Lack of ownership in situations. You can't take ownership in the situations and you like feel attacked. There's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do or say to change that. That was probably the biggest heartbreak loss. My friend, it was like my birthday dinner, and she just said something that was really rude. And I was just like, yeah, I can't do this. And then I went to dinner actually on my birthday last year by myself. We didn't speak for a while, and then February comes around and she like offers me food, easiest way to my heart, and brings me like the birthday gift from that dinner. And we kind of talked about, I think you feel it when you're in your soul, in your spirit, when something runs its course, and it did. As we grow, other people don't grow with you. A lot of times it's like your childhood friend, where people that met you and like when you were smaller, or you're a lesser version of yourself. I'm just like, I didn't go to therapy for like 4 years. I haven't done the spiritual work, healing, getting closer to God to stay the same. Staying small made it easier for everybody else. In the long run, it doesn't. I think overall what I'm saying is that I took a lot, reflecting over the end of the year, aware of all the friends that I lost in this year. I had hypnotherapy this year. Last year, I don't know why I'm thinking it's still 2022. It's 2022, but this happened in 2021, February. So it's almost been a year. In doing that, jump-started or made me think like mentally like, okay, you gotta do what's best for you. You gotta get up, stop being comfortable, you gotta move on. This is the ink, Epic Ink. You gotta move on, you gotta grow up, you gotta stop playing small. Well, just call me Ray Charles. Well, just call me Stevie Wonder. Crazy love, ain't that love? I guess I'm still in love, still in love, still in love, still in love. Now, I will put on my lashes. I'm using these lashes here. I don't even know where they're from. I can't remember. And I like the strip lash adhesive. That's
just got me lost for words. Got me like sweet that, sweet tea, but drop that, feel like to bring it down. Oh baby, now I know, yeah, this could be a waste of time. No, 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 no.
I've been reflecting on loss of friends, but also I guess in hindsight it's given me more opportunity to make new friends. Foundation, I am using the LA Girl Pro Longwear. So I did hypnotherapy and it kind of changed the person I am, and made me a lot more emotional. It made me a lot more present. It was hard for me to excuse behaviors that I used to before, or like I was just protecting, a lot more work in protecting my inner child. I'm using the Sonia Kashi Beauty Blender. I'm letting that sit for a little while and then just blending everything else out, working my way up there. It was hard. I guess it's been a hard year for me, and it was just, I guess, accumulation. When I think of the year as a whole, I think of all the things that went wrong, which shouldn't be the way you think, but as an anxiety-ridden individual like myself, worst case scenarios is the first case scenario. Using a different beauty blender to set it. I'm using the Laura Mercier setting powder.
Well, just call me Ray Charles. Well, just call me Stevie Wonder. Crazy love, ain't that love? I guess.
I wanted 2021 to be a transformative year, and that it was. You know that quote that Meek Mill said, he's like, I asked God to remove all the people that weren't for me out of my life, and then surprisingly I started losing friends. I'm gonna contour my face. I have deeper skin tone. I find a contour stick my color, and they're always expensive anyway, or you have to get in like a whole palette set and you can only use one part. Fine, using like a brown lipstick that's really dark, works well for me. And this one I got at the beauty supply store. It was $1.50. It's called Coffee Bean and it's by Creme.
Touch the fire within me. When I'm feeling empty, you fill me right up, baby. You fill me right up. I remember when you lit me up with your touch. The fire within me. When I'm feeling empty, you fill me right up, baby. You fill me right up. Yes, I'm still lost, still lost, still lost, yes, I'm still lost, still lost, still lost, still lost.
I'm gonna carve out the reverse contour, whatever you young kids like to call it. I'm using Morphe, this color, to powder to set my contour. I think a lot of it was just like scrambling. I moved out in 2021, beginning of the year, out of stress. I was actually looking for a house, but I couldn't find one in my price range that I liked. And I think that was a sign too that I shouldn't be buying a condo in the first place, and I should buy like a duplex, which would be a better idea. Especially if I don't even want to stay in Minnesota long term. I like living here, but after a while, it's just more expensive, more than it's worth. And I didn't end up saving money that I was supposed to, like I did when I was living at home. I'm gonna set the mat all over face with MAC Studio Fix a Goat. Overall, 2021 was not the greatest year. It was hard dating online dating over the summer was stressful too. That takes a toll on your mental. Anybody that can like do online dating, props to you. I hate it. Last minute cancellations, conversations, trying to maintain a dry ass conversation with somebody you don't like. That was tough. That was, good God. An introvert's worst nightmare right there. Next, what are we gonna do next? Eyeliner? Let's do some lower liner.
No. But will you be me, babe? Let's just make this for life.
I wanna know where you let me up with your touch. The fire within me. When I'm feeling empty, you fill me right up, baby. You fill me right up. I remember when you let me up with your touch. The fire within me. When I'm feeling empty, you fill me right up, baby. You fill me right up. Yes, I'm
Subtle little highlight, Tardiest palette. And I was upset at myself for not reaching these unrealistic goals that I had for myself. So I really gotta stop doing. Take things a day at a time. At the end of, I think on New Year's Day, like it was like 3 a.m. I was writing down everything that happened in each month of 2021, and overall, like I thought it was the year was like a bigger loss than I expected, but it wasn't terrible. And now let's set our face with the undeniable, untouchable Urban Decay All Nighter. Best setting spray ever. It just reminds me of that TikTok where they're like spraying forever. That shit makes me cringe. For lips, I saw on TikTok this girl was recreating Ryan Destiny's lip combo, and that's what I'm gonna try and do. Wet n Wild. So we're using the cream in your coffee. I'm gonna reline my lips again. And I'm gonna put some clear lip gloss I got from the beauty supply store. That's cute. So yeah, I think I'm all done. Oh. Let me brush my edges out a little bit. Holiday blues are a real thing. Seasonal depression is a real thing. A lot of reflection, if you're not where you want to be in life, can make the holidays a little harder. And also, I feel like not having a family of my own makes it hard during the holiday season, because you know you want to get matching PJs or you want to get holiday cards and all that. I think one of the most iconic things the Kardashians have done is like their holiday cards pictures, because it seems a bit outdated that like a lot of people don't do family cards, but they like made it glam, like they all get dressed up and it's like a huge photo shoot. And I thought that was just to be really cool, because like it's made family portraits cool. Be mindful of how far you've come, be kind to yourself, and be aware of your circumstances. Don't compare yourself to anybody. I'm talking to you and I'm talking to myself because I have to keep this in mind too.